Welcome to the Minnesota First LEGO League Challenge Coach and Video Series by High Tech Kids. In this series, we will cover information coaches will need to be successful in guiding their team. Please take advantage of these training resources and don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We hope these videos give you a strong foundation for your FLL coaching career. Video number 8. In the following video, we will cover Minnesota tournaments and what to expect at your event. Each first program delivery partner structures their events to suit their region. In Minnesota, we have large events, but make them smaller by using what we call judging groups. Teams will randomly be placed in a group. We have used a Minnesota theme in naming our groups: lakes, woods, prairie, marsh, river, and snow. While an event can have a total of 48 teams, each judging group will have a maximum of 12 teams. Those 12 teams are only competing against those in their judging group. Think of these judging groups as separate events. They will have their own set of awards and advancement slots. This grouping structure is very efficient and allows us to cycle through more teams at a single location and use less volunteers and resources. As you are nearing your event and the team is preparing, be sure to periodically check the online event page. Here you will find information such as general and detailed schedules, as well as venue information. Each month, High Tech Kids holds an event coach meeting. Be sure to attend the meeting that corresponds to the month you are competing. At this meeting, we will talk about specific events and venues. Coaches may also ask questions about judging or the robot game. High Tech Kids will also send emails regarding these events. The emails will be sent to the person who is indicated as coach when registering for your event. If there is a second coach who would like to receive these emails, please let us know. Send the additional contact name and email along with the team number to jeannie@hightechkids.org. In the case of inclement weather, we will post information on our website as well as social media. If possible, we will also send an email to the coach on record. If you are a rookie team and want to be a bit more prepared, come to an earlier event. Watch the robots, talk to the teams in the pits, and meet the High Tech Kids staff and ask questions. Bring your team. It's a great opportunity to show the kids what to expect. All teams must submit these forms each year to be eligible for awards in Minnesota. Number 1, the High Tech Kids Demographic Survey. We need just one survey per team completed online, and it is due November 15th. This survey serves multiple purposes. It tells us how many medals to pack for your team, where to ship your trophy, and gives us information our sponsors are asking for in order to keep event fees low. Number 2, the first consent and release form. Each participant and coach must have a signed form on file. Print your team roster from the first dashboard and submit it at your event. For detailed information on completing these forms, see video number 4 entitled Required Forms. Robotics teams don't travel light, and everyone's packing list will be slightly different. But here are some items to remember. Let's start with the printed team roster from the coach's first dashboard. Please remember that teams are not eligible to participate or receive awards without this roster. It may be obvious, but don't forget your robot and everything associated with it, such as attachments, computer cords, and extra Lego parts, just in case something breaks. Be sure to pack all the items you need for your innovation project and judging presentation materials for both sessions. Note that teams will have one access for power, so it's a good idea to have a power strip so you can plug in multiple items. High Tech Kids will be providing tables, mats, and the dual lock pieces for the practice tables in the pit area. Teams are required to bring any loose pieces to use at the practice tables. Please note that High Tech Kids will provide all the pieces, including the loose pieces, for your official robot matches at the performance tables. Be sure to label everything you bring with your team number. And lastly, be sure your kids and parents know when and where the event is located. At each event, High Tech Kids will have a table near the front door. All coaches must check in with us. During check-in, you will give us your first team roster, and we will give you an envelope with 1 participation medal per team member and 2 seasonal lapel pins for the coaches. Team members do not need to check in. They can go directly to the team pit area and find their table. Regional qualifiers are 4-hour half-day events. Teams will register for either the morning or afternoon wave. The waves are pretty close together, so please help us out to make the transition quick. Morning wave teams should vacate the pits as soon as possible so that we are able to prepare for the second wave of the day. And afternoon wave teams can help us out by not coming early and expecting access to the pits before the first wave is complete. As you can see, doors open 30 minutes before the start of each wave, so there is plenty of time to get your team situated. The team pit area, often referred to as the pits, is a place that teams can call their home base. It is a place to store coats, props, extra Lego parts, etc. Your pit space will have a table, access to power, and at least 2 chairs. Teams should bring a power strip so they can plug in multiple items. All pit tables will be labeled with signs that have your team name, number, and team schedule printed on them. Please do not move to another table or sit at vacant tables. They are most likely prepared for other teams. There will also be robot practice tables available in the pit area. These are for all teams to test their robots or try something new. Please practice gracious professionalism and limit your time at these tables to 5 minutes. The pits are a place the team can talk and practice. And as you can see, they are often crowded. Please do not bring your wooden Lego table from home or put a mat on the floor with mission models. Teams who have brought these items will be asked to remove them from the building. In Minnesota, teams will have 2 separate 15-minute judging sessions, one for Innovation Project and one for Robot Design. Both sessions are open to spectators, so feel free to invite your families and parents. All spectators and participants should remember to turn off or silence their phones, and spectators should be prepared to stay the entire 15 minutes. Teams should be at judging check-in 5 minutes prior to their scheduled session. The check-in personnel will let you know where to wait, and when the judges are ready, they will invite you into the room. In each room, the team will be provided a table and have up to 1 minute to set up, then 5 minutes to present. Judges will use the remaining time to ask the team questions based on their presentation. Core values will be evaluated in each judging session. The robot design session is all about the engineering design process of the robot. How and why did your robot change? How did the programming change? Did your team's strategy have an impact on the design or programming? To this judging session, be sure to bring your robot, attachments, a way to show the programs you are most proud of, any presentation materials you may have, as well as any prototypes or failed attachments. Teams will have 5 minutes to present, and the time will go by fast, so be sure to have the team communicate the things that they are most excited and proud of. The 15-minute innovation project judging session is where the team will explain the research problem they decided to tackle, along with their solution to that problem. Again, the focus is on the journey that the solution took, as well as the team. To this session, bring your presentation materials, prototypes or drawings of your team's solution, props, and costumes. Note that there will not be any audiovisual equipment available for teams to use, and we cannot guarantee that teams will be able to access the internet. Teams will have 5 minutes to give their presentation, followed by questions from the judges. The robot performance area is generally the loudest spot at the event. Please be at the robot performance check-in table 5 minutes before your round. To keep the chaos to a minimum, please abide by these rules. Only the students on the team are allowed in queuing and at the performance tables. All robots are autonomous and devices may not be used to drive or start the robot. Teams must use mission models provided by High Tech Kids. There are no video replays. Once the team agrees, the score is final. If the kids think that there is a mistake, have them ask for the head referee. He or she will listen to the team and the referee and then make the final decision. Teams will be scheduled for a total of 4 rounds. The first round is your scheduled practice round and will not be scored. Note that this round is not in the pit area. It is in the robot performance area. Your next 3 rounds will be your officially scored rounds. The highest score of these rounds is used to determine advancement, not an average and not added together. Your team could score 50 in the first round, 275 in the second round, and 100 in the third round. We use the 275. Teams will be advancing from regional qualifiers to sectionals. It is important to remember that all 4 areas of the competition are equally significant when it comes to advancement. You could be first in one of the parts, such as a high robot score, but not advance. Advancing teams are well-rounded in each of the 4 aspects: robot design, robot game, core values, and innovation project. Each judging group will allocate an entire set of awards, as well as advance teams to the next level. The awards ceremony will be streamed online. The streaming link can be found on your event page. Trophies will be sent out via U.S. mail to the address submitted on your demographic survey, and rubrics will be emailed to the coach no later than the Wednesday after your event. Almost all of the High Tech Kids staff has coached a first LEGO League team, and we have put together these tips. Kids do the work. This is so important, and the reason for this awesome STEM program. Let the kids learn, discover, fail, and rebound. Just remember, it doesn't mean you can't teach them skills. Remember that the robot does the mission. Everything is programmed to be autonomous. There is no one or thing driving the robot. Missions can be accomplished in any order. Kids always want to gravitate to the hard missions or the missions furthest away. Start with the missions close to launch. Gain confidence. How reliable is your robot? It is much better to have fewer missions that are reliable and repeatable 80% of the time than to have a robot that does a lot of missions but only successful 40 to 50% of the time. Events. Kids get nervous, stuff happens, and your reliability percentage will falter. It's 2.5 minutes to get the best score you can. But remind kids, they get 3 tries and it's the best out of 3. Your robot will be moved and jostled around a lot. It is highly recommended to contain it in something, whether that be a cart or a box. While practicing your presentation, don't forget to practice the robot game with your team as well. Set a timer and count it down. 3, 2, 1, Lego. Start early on the project and don't procrastinate. The project is a hard thing for kids to wrap their heads around, and it may take quite a few sessions for them to make a decision on what they want to research. Have realistic team expectations. Kids will take their cues from you. Set attainable goals and celebrate them. Did you agree on a team name? Cookies for everyone. Decided on a solution for your project? Dance party. And lastly, keep a notebook on your journey. Take pictures throughout the season. Document what works and what does not. And finally, don't overthink it and make it fun for everyone. This is an amazing program that coaches and kids will thrive in. And this concludes our first LEGO League Challenge coaching video series. We hope that this training series has helped you and provided some useful information. Remember, we have additional coach training throughout the season that complements this series, and we hope you will attend. We look forward to meeting you at one of our training sessions or events. As always, please reach out with any questions you have along the way. Good luck to everyone this season.